Good morning, YouTube. This is Susan, and I wanted to show you a mini album that I created. This is actually a larger mini album. It's the size of it is about 10 by 8.5, 8.25. This mini album is based on MySisterScrapper, the vertical paper bag mini album. So this is a paper bag mini album. When I first started doing mini albums, I guess I've been doing them for about a year now, and I've probably done about 30 of them, and a lot of them I've given away and I didn't get to capture. So that's part of my reason also for videoing these on YouTube, because I wanted to be able to remember the mini albums that I've made, because I've made so many, and so many pretty ones too. But this particular mini album is for my stepdaughter Brooke, and it is a steampunk style, I guess you could say, and it is made with Recollections SteamPunk Botanica paper stack, which is a great. It's really, really pretty. Anyway, so we'll just jump right into it. This is the paper that I chose for the cover. It does have a gloss to it, which the paper automatically came that way. Some of the paper is gloss, some of it's texturized, some of it's just flat. What I did was I took two of the books and I put them together. So this is it's more of a gatefold style, and all I did was I made the two books inside. Instead of making the cover first, I made the two books inside, which is what I often do. And a lot of the tutorials, they have you make the spine and the book cover first, but I may change something like the gusset size and that kind of thing, so I will actually make the gusset first and then measure it and make my spine according to the size of my binding. So it might have to be bigger or smaller, but mostly just bigger. This is, I chose that paper to go all the way around. So I just love the paper. I think it's pretty. And I'm actually, this is one of the sheets of paper that come in this stack. It's all flowers. It's a lot like this one. Let's see, that paper. And this has like different sizes of flowers. So what I did was I just fussy cut those flowers and created this flower for the cover, and then just used a one of these doodads here to keep it together, basically. And this is before, I made this before I started really making really chunky charms. So this has a real skinny charm. And basically I just used the Tim Holtz bar there, the one about imagination. And then it have a little tag here. It says Imagine. And then just some beads and a skull charm and a gear charm and whatnot, another gear charm. So that's pretty basic, and I didn't really want to, I didn't embellish this album a lot because she does like to scrap a little bit herself. She doesn't actually make the mini albums, but she will do scrapbooks, and so I left it for her to be able to decorate herself. I have a Tim Holtz hitch post here, and that's by Closure on the album, and then it just opens up like this. So basically there's two sides and they're identical, and these are based on the paper bag, vertical paper bag mini. It's going to be hard to look at the whole thing at once, so we'll just do one side and then we'll do the next. And mostly just so you can see how pretty the paper is, because the paper is gorgeous. I did print a lot of images from the internet and put in here, so this is actually something I fussy cut. I printed from the internet and fussy cut and put in here. This is one of the pages from the paper stack with the air balloon there. So this is the first page, and you'll see throughout the album that I incorporated this green flower, so there should be green flowers all throughout the album. And then each paper bag has a tag. And I always, when I do the tags, I just do the design paper on one side and then cardstock on the other. And that goes back in there like that. So that's the first page, and then that's the second page. And then I just made some tags. Oh, and I fussy cut some dice there and put that on there. And I know that clock is on that paper. I just love these butterflies. They're so gorgeous. So those go into that pocket. Alright, and that does open. Oh, and I fussy cut this butterfly, put it there. There was a lot of stuff. Like, this was the sheet where those butterflies were on, so you could just fussy cut like crazy. And there's the green flower again that I fussy cut. And then the tag. I don't know if you can see that. And you can see how the paper, this paper's got some glitter to it. I just thought this paper was so pretty. And then this is the next page, and I just made some tags for it. And that's just a fussy cutted little rolled down paper that I put there. As you can see, I put those back in there. And there's some more of that flower paper, or the flower. The flower is throughout the paper stack anyway. But in order for me to pull the green through, that's why and that butterfly is part of that sheet of paper. And then it's the open. And I made some more cutouts for this page. That is an image that I got from the internet and glued there. And then I fussy cut this from, yep, that was another one I got from the internet. And then there's the green flower again, just to kind of pull it through. That might be upside down. You see the colors are just wonderful in this paper stack. I just love the colors, and that is the full page, and I did add the green flower there. There's another pocket, and I did fussy cut all those images and put them on that tag, which just has paper, cardstock on the back. And there's a lot of places to put pictures in here. I mean, you could probably put a lot. And there's a nice gusset too, so the more you add, it should always close properly. And then there's that green paper where I originally fussy cut all the flowers out of. Alright, and then there's the pocket tag there. You know, I think it could have gone either way with this, with it being kind of a steampunk, or it just could have, you could embellish it differently and maybe not use these papers that are strictly steampunk. This is an image I printed from the internet and fussy cut and put on that pocket. And then I printed this image from the internet as well. And then there's another photo mat. And this is from the paper stack. I printed this image from the internet and fussy cut it and hung it there. And then we'll look at the last page last. That'll be the easiest way to do that. So we come over and look at the other side. And I fussy cut a bottle and then this tag from the paper stack. And these dice. And then I just printed that from the internet. And then I fussy cut that right there and added it to the photo mat. And then these just slip behind the bottle there. I fussy cut that and popped it up. I actually have it on cardboard and popped it up. So you can put pictures behind it. And then, so this one opens up, and I did fussy cut this butterfly and added that there. And it has this tag that slips behind this image. I fussy cut this also. And this flower, I fussy cut that, put it on top of that. And that's from the paper stack. That's the page itself. And then I did fussy cut these. And I have two tags, two photo stacks, or photo mats in there. And it's kind of plain. Doesn't have anything really going on there. And then this is another image I printed from the internet. Crazy image. Another photo mat there. And I fussy cut these and put them on cardboard, chipboard, and popped them up. This one is kind of itself there. And then there's another green flower, and that butterfly is part of that picture, or that page. Excuse Okay, and then a couple more photo mats, and I did fussy cut this here. As you can see, I didn't have to do too much to the paper. The paper had a lot going on. So I kind of, and some of it, like I said, was glossy, and some of it was flat. So it kind of worked out, just leaving it be. Fussy cut, there's my flower, and then this is just the page. When it's laying down, I did try, the pages should make sense depending on which page you're on. I tried to, you know, in a gatefold style, make it match. There's a couple more photo mats, and I just fussy cut that, and there's the flower that I fussy cut. This page, there's another flower that I fussy cut in that one as well. And then, I know I'm not pulling these mats out, but I probably used a pretty plain paper throughout. But each page has a photo mat. I think that went in wrong. That's okay. This is the next page. I have two photo mats. I printed this one from the web. And that one came with a sack. And then there's the green flower that I fussy cut and put throughout the book. And this is another picture I printed from the web. And another photo mat. And I did fussy cut that and put that there. So there's lots of places for pictures and journaling. And then the center page, I had to put this vellum on there. Because when I made the pocket, I didn't really think about when the album shuts, what would happen to this rose, or this butterfly. So you might want to think about that if you decide to make a gatefold album, because you don't really want anything in the middle that will potentially get hit. I did put glossy accents on there, so it's kind of strong, but I just put the paper on there for now until Brooke takes it and does her thing with it. And then I just have a lot of photo mats. I tried to use as much of the paper as I could, but that's the main area, and she can put a photo here, or a journal, or whatever. And then, so it's got this big photo mat here. This is a very large photo mat. And another large photo mat. That was one thing about doing this size, is you could use very large photo mats, and it would take it. This is a photo mat that I just fussy cut this from the paper. And then this is an image that I printed from the internet. All these cool steampunk styles. And then the last photo mat. And then just put this flower mat back there so it doesn't get crushed. And then it just closes like this. There we go. Alright, that is my gatefold style mini album. And I don't know, I watch a lot of videos on YouTube, so I'm not really sure that I saw anybody do this, but I'm sure they have. So I can't really give credit to a particular person who might have has done this before, but this is definitely MySisterScrapper's vertical paper bag mini album. It is definitely, obviously, where this inspiration comes from. And then I just, you know, as you just start doing more albums, you want to change them up and kind of make them your own or whatever. So I did make this into a gatefold and just played with it. So you should never be scared of that. I've used a lot of different tutorials and kind of made my own thing out of them. And it's basically just do your pages first and then go from there. A lot of people do their book first, but I do my pages first, just so I make sure that, because I have had to recut them before. If I did my book cover first, I have had to recut them. So, you know, it's up to you. You will always have them later on for another book, so I guess it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, if you have any questions, leave them below, and if you like it, hit the like button. Thank you much. You guys have a great day. Bye.